Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Local migrant worker families will become the subject of a film produced by the Washington Office of Public Instruction. The Washington Supreme Court was briefed this week on a proposal to allow law school graduates to practice law without taking the bar exam. A series of storm systems will move in on us this weekend and early next week, bringing with it wetter weather. The Wenatchee City Council on Thursday tightened up its organizational chart, eliminating the Office of Executive Services Director and converting it to a city administrator. Laura Gloria has been the Executive Services Director for 4 years. She will now have the City Administrator title. Municipal Attorney Danielle Marchant explained for the Council.
The mayor is trying to leave the city code in a better place than when he found it. Upon review of Title I, there were certain provisions in the code that conflicted with each other. There were certain provisions that were a bit unclear. There were certain provisions that needed updating. And so this first ordinance does that. During the public comment, you heard a lot about city administrator, but city administrator is not a new position. It's been a position within the city since about 1995. In about 2005, executive services director kind of popped up and they had overlapping duties. The current executive services director duties cover about 70% of the city administrator duties. And so it's basically Laura just taking on those extra 30% duties that are already outlined in the code for the city administrator.
The Pacific Northwest Hydrogen Association Hub has entered into negotiations for federal hydrogen hub funding with the U.S. Department of Energy. Success between the two parties would help the Douglas County PUD expand their work at their hydrogen facility. These negotiations are part of the Regional Clean Hydrogen Hubs program and will launch a network of clean hydrogen producers and consumers. The funds up for negotiations are part of President Biden's Investing in America campaign. If negotiations are successful, the hub is eligible to receive up to $1 billion over the course of 9 years, and the program will reduce carbon dioxide emissions by about 25 million metric tons. Local migrant worker families will become the subject of a film produced by the Washington Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction. Videographers joined families in Wenatchee and Quincy to highlight the educational experiences of students with families who travel place to place for work. In the Wenatchee School District, there are over 1,000 students in their migrant education program. The majority of the students in that program belong to families in the fishing and agricultural industries. Wenatchee School District said Director of Latino Relations Alfonso Lopez, who works closely with the migrant program, helped OSPI identify a family from Wenatchee to profile. The public is invited to the memorial service at noon on Saturday for Ron Roy, the volunteer division chief who served Wenatchee Valley fire agencies for 50 years. That memorial, organized by his fellow firefighters, takes place at the Wenatchee Convention Center. Prior to the service, a vehicle procession will make its way from the Easy Street Fire Station to the downtown Convention Center with a Washington State Patrol motorcycle escort. Organizers say traffic will be briefly affected along the route. Ron Roy passed away in August after a battle with cancer. When we come back, the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival recently took home 4 honors at the 2023 Pacific Northwest Summit Awards. And Thursday was the opening night of Music Theatre of Wenatchee's production of The Last 5 Years. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
At Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Deepwater Electronics is your one-stop shop for the latest in TV and sound technology. Whether you build your home theater or let them do it for you, Deepwater Electronics is the clear choice.
The switch is on to T-Mobile. Get the best 5G experience and the customer service you depend on. Only at Chelan Wireless in downtown Chelan.
Hi everybody, Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble. from Alpine Air. There's ice on my heat pump and under my heat pump.
Well, ice under your heat pump is normal. When we go into a defrost cycle, it melts the frost off, creates water, which freezes to the ground. Ice around your heat pump is a thing that you should probably give us a call about.
Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
8 different political campaigns, 16 candidates, 3 cities deciding their future. NCWLIFE wants you to be informed when you cast your ballot in this November's election. That's why we're sitting down with candidates across the ballot for mayor, city council, and school board to talk through the issues and help you make the best choice. Look for those interviews right here on this channel starting October 22nd and on our website, ncwlife.com.
The Washington State Apple Blossom Festival recently took home 4 honors at the 2023 Pacific Northwest Summit Awards, hosted by the Washington Festival and Events Association. One award was the Green Program honor for Zero Waste Apple Blossom. That's a new program for effectively collecting, recycling, and composting trash from the festival. Other awards were Best Community Outreach Program for Apple Blossom's Youth Parade Grand Marshal, Best Multi-Agency Collaborative Program for Chief of Our Day, and Best Outdoor Advertisement. Festival coordinators say they're honored to receive these recognitions. The same day the Washington Supreme Court swore in a new crop of lawyers, they also considered how to make becoming a lawyer easier. The court was briefed Wednesday on a proposal to allow law school graduates to practice law without taking the bar exam. The alternative licensing program is being promoted by a Bar Association task force created in 2020 aimed at reducing racial and ethnic disparities among the state's practicing lawyers. The Supreme Court hasn't taken action, but the task force is seeking public input on the proposal. Thursday was the opening night of Music Theatre of Wenatchee's production of The Last 5 Years. The show is on stage this weekend through Saturday and again next weekend, October 19th through the 21st. NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz caught up with director Haley Tallman to learn more about the musical on stage at the Riverside Playhouse.
Well, with the show, it's 2 characters only, Kathy and Jamie. They're young New Yorkers in love, and the story is told from their points of view in the relationship. Kathy actually tells her story from the end to the beginning, and Jamie tells it the opposite way, from the beginning to the end, and the only time they meet together on the same timeline is at their wedding. So you kind of get a look at both of the sides of the relationship and how they each reacted to everything. They're both in the same universe, just on different timelines. You have the people who come and see it and they have a couple of questions like, oh, wait a minute. But after you watch through the show, everything connects at the very end and you have that mind blown moment of, but wait, this was happening here and this was happening here. It's kind of a connect the dots, which is fun for the audience because it's very interactive in that way, and that they almost get to problem solve during the show.
Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will tell you about the upcoming 4th annual Greater Wenatchee Toy Show. Our dry, sunny conditions will come to an end this weekend and early next week with clouds and wetter weather on the way. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
We're turning up the heat with the hottest deals of the year. Right now, during the hot summer clearance sale, only at Click It RV. #1 in sales and service. The best RV brands. Over 1,000 to choose from. And the best deals of the year on remaining 2023 model year-end clearance with incredible 30% off. Brand new RVs discounted up to 30%. Save thousands. Plus, no payments until 2024. During the hot summer clearance sale, now only at Click It RV. 5 Superstore locations. Hurry in today.
8 different political campaigns, 16 candidates, 3 cities deciding their future. NCWLIFE wants you to be informed when you cast your ballot in this November's election. That's why we're sitting down with candidates across the ballot for mayor, city council, and school board to talk through the issues and help you make the best choice. Look for those interviews right here on this channel starting October 22nd and on our website, ncwlife.com.
Hi, this is Eric Grandstrom, the NCWLIFE Channel Sports Director. While the teams are working hard, we're working hard to bring you 20 broadcasts this fall.
Over the middle, the ball is caught, and just like that, gets through everybody.
It's Eastmont.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont.
It's Wenatchee.
10-5. Touchdown.
Even Cashmere.
Killed by Nell. It's in. Good maneuver. Red footer. Go, 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 go.
Right here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Local criminal defense investigator Cory Clark loves collecting toys, and this marks his 4th year hosting the Greater Wenatchee Toy Show. However, for the first time ever, this year's toy show will have a Halloween theme. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE News caught up with Cory at his toy-filled home to talk about the event.
My name is Cory Clark, and I am the creator and founder of the Greater Wenatchee Toy Show. I have always loved toys since I was a little kid. And there's so much nostalgia built into them. Growing up in the 1980s and 90s, toys were completely put into our media, put into our music, put into our movies, our cartoons, even into our breakfast cereal. So every time I see a vintage toy, I've always just been attracted to it and wanting to buy it and own it and collect it. I'm not 100% sure how many toys I have. Every time I find a new collection, it's something I love, I buy it. There's got to be over 1,000 toys in there, but I've actually never done a full head count. A favorite toy in my collection is going to be the My Pet Monster. It was like a giant stuffed animal that came out when I was around 6 years old. And it was kind of like my buddy, a best friend that you'd carry around everywhere with you. And he was awesome. On October 21st, we are going to have the Greater Wenatchee Halloween Toy Show. This is our actually 4th toy show that we've done in Wenatchee, but it's the first time that we're incorporating Halloween into the show. So a Halloween toy show is very unique, and in fact, I've never attended one, and that's one of the first reasons why I wanted to build a Halloween toy show. I absolutely love Halloween, and in all my years of collecting toys and everything and going to other toy shows, I've found hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Halloween and toy collectors, and I thought this would be a great time to merge those together because I have such a passion and love for Halloween as well. As far as other people, we have over 80 vendor tables ready to go for the show. It's a sold out vendor event. We can probably not fit any more in there. And so we have vendors coming from all over Washington, Oregon, and Idaho to attend this and bring some of the best, rarest, coolest, unique toys, comics, video games, and yeah, Halloween items. The Greater Wenatchee Halloween Toy Show is not only a place where diehard collectors can come and find the items they need for their collection, but it's an absolutely family fun environment where kids can come in and find modern collectibles, they can find Pokemon cards, they can just have a great time and enjoy some of the Halloween displays we have in there. The show is going to be running on October 21st at the Wenatchee Convention Center, and our times are going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the show hours. The cost to get into the Greater Wenatchee Toy Show is $5 for adults. Kids 12 years of age and under are free. Not only are we going to have amazing things to buy in regards to toys, video games, and comic books, but we also have a large Halloween area set up. We have a lot of Halloween photo opportunities for the entire family to take pictures with life-size props, including Jack and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. We also have Frankenstein, we have the Witch from The Wizard of Oz, and so many other surprise photo ops. On top of that, at 11:30 a.m., we are hosting a costume contest for all kids who come to the show dressed. And that costume contest winner will get a fantastic prize.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Friday and a great week for that matter. We saw a few clouds mixed with sun out there today. It did feel plenty warm. And speaking of clouds, look at a cool cloud deck above the mountains along the Canadian border. This is our Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera. Here's Pateros and there's Brewster. And yeah, a line of clouds, cumulus clouds along the mountains. And we saw plenty of those high clouds here at home as well. And as we get into the weekend, as advertised, our weather is going to change a little bit. Good chance that we'll see some showers Saturday night, at least here in the Wenatchee area. But it will be a decent day with highs in the mid to upper 60s. Sunday, mostly cloudy, just isolated showers here in our area on Sunday. Once again, we'll stay in the mid to upper 60s. And then Monday, especially Monday, it's going to be a wet one here at home. Widespread rain showers. Could see some gusty winds as that storm moves through on Tuesday, especially around Waterville and the Columbia Basin. The nice part about that, we're talking temperatures by Tuesday and Wednesday, even Thursday, upper 60s, and Thursday, maybe even 70 degrees. We'll talk more about that coming up, but I'll tell you what, worth getting up in the morning, tomorrow morning, the annular solar eclipse. It's really called the Ring of Fire eclipse because the moon won't completely cover the sun, so we'll see just a ring around that eclipse. The best time, 9 to 10 a.m. It should happen around 9:20 a.m. And the best chances right here in central Washington. We're hoping we just have maybe a few high clouds tomorrow morning. So if you have the chance, get out there and then check out that eclipse. 64 unofficially our high temperature today. That's 2 degrees above where we should be at 62 for this time of year. Our record going back to 2015, 76 degrees our record high. 46 this morning. 42 is our normal low, and our record 29 degrees, and that was set back in 1969. Sunrise this morning 7:16, and it sets tonight at 6:17. Let's take a look now what we can expect Saturday temperature-wise. It will be warmer tomorrow. We're talking upper 60s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, and then Wenatchee, Quincy, and Chelan, we're mid to upper 60s, around 67 degrees, 65 in Leavenworth, and 63 the high temperature tomorrow at Lake Wenatchee. All right, tonight, cloudy skies. We're seeing the effects of this area of low pressure. It's throwing those clouds into the Pacific Northwest. Not going to rule an overnight shower tonight. We could see some of that shower activity in western Washington spill over into the Cascades, so that could be a wet start to our Saturday. Increasing clouds then throughout the day on Saturday. Not so much rain showers by noon or early afternoon, but as we progress through the day, yeah, we will see about a 60% chance of late day, early evening showers, mid to upper 60s for high temperatures. By Sunday, a ridge of high pressure comes up and over the Pacific Northwest. This area of low pressure will override that a bit with some clouds, but Sunday, just some isolated showers out there. Temperatures still mild, mid to upper 60s. And then by Monday, as low pressure moves to the north, a strong southwesterly flow will bring a lot of clouds and a 70% chance for rain. And boy, we might even see some heavier pockets of rain in parts of northern and western Washington. High temperatures just a shade cooler on Monday with that rain in the mid 60s. And then for Tuesday, back to a ridge of high pressure. It will be sitting over southwest Washington, keeping this large storm system at bay. We're talking highs on Tuesday into the mid-60s, and then we will begin to warm up. Wednesday, mostly sunny skies and mild. We will warm into the mid and upper 60s for Wednesday, and by the time we get to Thursday and the end of our forecast, it's going to feel more like maybe late spring. We're going to see sunny skies, warm temperatures, hardly any wind out there, and our high temperatures Thursday right around 70 degrees. Take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Overnight tonight, 50 degrees, increasing clouds, and a good chance for late day, early evening rain tomorrow, and 67. Just isolated showers on Sunday, about a 20% chance for rain, and 67. But by the time we get to Monday, a 70% chance of the wet stuff, and 66. And then by Tuesday, we begin to dry out. We could see some breezy conditions, high clouds, and 66. And then, boy, beautiful weather Wednesday and Thursday. Lots of sunshine, 67 Wednesday, and near 70 on Thursday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
8 different political campaigns, 16 candidates, 3 cities deciding their future. NCWLIFE wants you to be informed when you cast your ballot in this November's election. That's why we're sitting down with candidates across the ballot for mayor, city council, and school board to talk through the issues and help you make the best choice. Look for those interviews right here on this channel starting October 22nd and on our website, ncwlife.com.
Sports. One more time this week, Dan Kuntz filling in for Eric Granstrom, who's on assignment. I didn't shave today, neither did Eric, I'm pretty sure. The Nashville Predators handed the Seattle Kraken their second loss of the young season. 3-0 a shutout in Music City last night. Both teams, of course, opened the seasons on Tuesday with losses on the road. Well, here are your highlights. Don't look for any Seattle goals. There aren't any.
Yamamoto getting a chance on the power play unit number 2. Bjorkstrand had his pass stolen by Cole Smith. Right up the seam, charging after it, Sissons. He's got it! He scores! Short-handed goal in dynamic fashion. Smith with the steal, Sissons with the tuck. It's 1-0 Nashville.
On home ice here at Smashville, goes to Colton Sissons, and look at the work there by Cole Smith. Just chips that puck to the middle, and Sissons wins the battle here, gets that net front, stays on his feet, and then lifts the puck backhand over Grubauer's right pad in the back of the net. 1-0 Preds.
McDonough, the pump fake. Carrier to Nyquist. Nyquist, a no-look pass. He scores! It passed in. On the delayed penalty, the Predators double the lead. They kept the pressure on. Nyquist fired it right towards the net.
And this team works. They don't give up. Look at that second effort by Ryan O'Reilly to get the puck back to the point. And look at the puck movement up to the top. It's just so calm. They've got the extra attacker on. And what does Nyquist do? He goes right to the front of the net, banks it in. Ryan O'Reilly, this is off. Does that go off Philip Forsberg and then Dumoulin?
Yossi managed to gets in, but then fans on the shot. Falling down is Fabro, and then fanning on the shot on the other side was Yamamoto. Now to the empty net. Score!
Seattle wraps up their 3-game road trip to begin the season. They'll be in St. Louis tomorrow to take on the Blues, 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon on Root Sports Northwest. The Philadelphia Phillies beating the Atlanta Braves last night to take Game 4 and the National League Championship Series. They move on to the National League Championship Series. A couple of home runs in Game 4 from Nick Castellanos. It was his 4th home run in the last 24 hours and his 2nd consecutive game with a couple of homers. So, Phillies to the NLCS for the 2nd consecutive season. They'll take on the Arizona Diamondbacks, of course, who swept the Dodgers. The 5 teams with the best records in baseball this year, the Dodgers, the Orioles, the Brewers, the Rays, they all are out of the postseason. Local sports. The Wenatchee Panther volleyball team had something happen to them last night that hasn't happened all league long. They lost a set, but they still beat West Valley down in Yakima. The final was 4-1. They are still in first place and running away with the Big 9 championship. Eastmont righted their ship with a sweep of Ike, and Moses Lake dispatched Sunnyside in volleyball in 3 sets. The smaller schools, the Caribou Trail League and the Central Washington Bee. Cashmere beat Cascade in volleyball. It was Chelan over Quincy, Brewster over Waterville Mansfield. Tonasket knocked off Lake Roosevelt. Okanagan, no problems with Oroville. Manson sweeping Liberty Bell, and Brewster over Bridgeport. Soccer, Cashmere undefeated, moves to 9-0. Cascade gave them a good run at Vale Elementary last night, but Cashmere pulled it off 2-0, and Quincy beat Cascade on the pitch. The final there was 3-0. Prep football schedule, it is a full slate. Both of the local schools are on the road. Wenatchee will be in Davis, taking on the Pirates at 7 o'clock. Eastmont, they got a tough one. Non-league game against Skyline. They'll make the trip to Sammamish and kick it off at 7 o'clock. In league play, it's Moses Lake at Sunnyside at 7 o'clock, and Eisenhower is at West Valley. Caribou Trail League, Chelan travels to Quincy at 7 o'clock tonight. Cascade will be at Columbia Burbank at 7 o'clock, and in the game we'll have right here on the NCWLIFE channel is the Cashmere Bulldogs. Homecoming for Cashmere, taking on the Omak Pioneers. Omak beat them last year to win the Caribou Trail League. The handsome and debonair Grant Olson and the even more handsome and more debonair Brendan Harley with the call. We'll take to the air about 6:45 tonight. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. CWAC schedule, Ellensburg is going to be at Othello tonight. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff, and Grandview is at Ephrata. As far as the smaller schools, Central Washington B, take a look. We always invite people to go out and check it out. 6 o'clock kickoffs for Tonasket at Northwest Christian, also Orville at Moses Lake Christian, and Pateros at Davenport. At 7 o'clock tonight, you can check out Okanagan hosting Lake Roosevelt. Waterville Mansfield will entertain Bridgeport. Manson will welcome Brewster, and Soap Lake is at Antioch. Soccer schedule tomorrow. West Valley at Wenatchee at 1 o'clock. Leave off the field at the Apple Bowl. The Panthers are tied at first place with the Eastmont Wildcats. We'll host Eisenhower at 1 o'clock at Wildcat Stadium, and Moses Lake welcomes Sunnyside to Lions Field in girls soccer, also at 1 o'clock. Big, huge game tomorrow. Oregon Ducks ranked number 8. Washington Huskies ranked 7. College game day is at Red Square at Huskies Stadium, 12:30 kickoff. The biggest college football game of the weekend is in Seattle. Cougars will welcome Arizona at 4 o'clock. You can watch that on the Pac-12 Network. Eastern Washington is at Idaho State at 3 o'clock. And Midwestern State, where is that? It's in Texas, as it turns out. And that's where Central Washington will be. Can't forget about professional football. Seahawks will be in the Queen City to take on the Bengals at 10 o'clock on CBS. Also at 10 o'clock is the 49ers at the Browns. And in the afternoon tilt is the Rams at the Cardinals at 1:30. And as the Wenatchee Wild get ready to play Seattle in Kent tonight, they will do so with a new head coach. It's that gentleman that you see there. Roy Summer is his name. He replaces Kevin Constantine. Of course, Constantine was fired after just 2 games after an investigation by the WHL led to his suspension. What about this guy? Well, he comes to Wenatchee. He spent the 2022-2023 season as head coach of the San Diego Gulls. That's in the American Hockey League. He's from Oakland, California. He has won 828 games in the AHL. With the Gulls, that is the most all-time. Welcome to town, Coach. And that's sports. On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Joel Myrene will be joining me. Back in May, he did the Apple Valley Record Expo. It was a huge success. It's back again in October. Are you like me? Are you a vinyl junkie? Like your records on your turntables? Find some really cool stuff you're going to want to listen to. Joel's going to talk all about it on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great weekend.